And here we go. Day one of the Chicago Bears training camp practice is officially in the books. It was a very light day, but still got to see a lot of guys work. And with that being said, we're going to cover everything you need to know from the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations from day one of training camp. But before we get into the video, I want to give a massive shout out to all of the Bears media team out there who work so hard each and every single day to get these highlights out for us, kind of enabling us to make these videos. And without them, the videos aren't even possible, so go follow them on Twitter. You're going to see 3 names listed at the top left of your screen. Go follow those guys, and from there, you'll be able to follow all of the other Bears media team. They'll keep you updated with the news and the highlights as they happen in real time. Go follow them on Twitter before we jump into the video. But with that being said, let's kind of dive in. Now, we got to see the first look of Caleb Williams in Chicago as their quarterback. And with so many moving pieces, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, all these guys coming over to the team, trying to build that chemistry with Caleb Williams, they're really trying to get it going early in practice, right? They're trying to build that rapport early on. Now, Caleb Williams maybe didn't have the greatest day in the world, but again, right, no pads, no contact, not too much intensity in terms of the plays, but there were some good throws, there were some bad throws, and we could talk about them, right? Now, one of the best plays of the day came from Jaquan Brisker, breaking up a Caleb Williams pass intended for, I believe, Tyler Scott. It was a corner route. Brisker made a phenomenal play, right? Jumping in front of the receiver and batting the ball down. Just, showcasing his ability to be a versatile defensive back for them going forward. And I think he is someone that is going to slowly start to be one of the best safeties in the league if he continues to grow at the rate he has been. Now, we had another nice PBU on Caleb Williams. This one was Elijah Hicks. Now, Elijah Hicks is a backup safety behind Kevin Byard, who they brought over from Philadelphia. I love Kevin Byard. He's a guy that's going to be able to create a ton of turnovers for a team that was already one of the most turnover, friendly teams, defenses in football. Add another big-time guy in Kevin Byard. But Elijah Hicks is slowly starting to make a name for himself. Nice PBU that was intended for DJ Moore. It was a post route, stayed with them, and made a big pass breakup towards the end of that play. So that was nice. We had Trevon Dexter come out here. He's a guy that I think but will take a major jump up this season. Obviously, being a second-round pick of 2023, needing another defensive tackle to step up for this season. I think Trevon Dexter could be that guy. Coming up with a nice swat at the line of scrimmage, did get knocked down by him, and I believe that Caleb Williams, caught it himself and then ran to the sidelines, if I'm not mistaken. So that was something to take note of. Trevon Dexter getting those starting reps there alongside Andrew Billings at the nose tackle position. Behind them, you have Zach Pickens, you have Byron Cowart, you have Keith Randolph Jr. So there are some guys they like, but again, I think Dexter and Billings are the 2 guys that will start. Potentially Zach Pickens as well. We'll get some throwing time or some playing time in there as well. Now, Rome Odunze was not at practice today. He was actually dealing with some personal things, so he was not there. It looks like he will be a full go for tomorrow's practices. Now, listen, today's session was just about an hour and 20 minutes or so. The Bears are going to have 4 practices before their first day off this Wednesday. So that means tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have practices. So make sure you guys are here. Join the family. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering the Bears throw every single practice, okay? And again, these videos aren't possible without the media members. So I'm not taking credit for their videos. These are theirs. Go follow them. But join the family here if you guys want these updates. If you guys want the a little bit late reactions, this is where you're going to get them. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. But let's get back into the video. Now, the Bears did rotate centers with the first team offensive line. Ryan Bates took the majority of the snaps in, team period for the most part, but also mixed in some other guys as well. When you look at the center position specifically, you saw guys like, Coleman Shelton, you saw Doug Kramer Jr. A lot of these guys just getting in there and at least showing what they can do, right? They're trying to be versatile. They're trying to see what guys can play where, and I think that is very important for the regular season time. Seeing if someone can fill in for an injury here or there, and if he doesn't have that versatility, then you might have to look elsewhere, right? So that was interesting. They started to do some 2-minute drills near the end of practice. The first team didn't score at all. But that was when Javon Dexter had that tip, so it looked like they could have had something open, but Javon Dexter made a phenomenal play on the football. Braxton Jones had or left practice briefly during 11-on-11s, returned to the sideline, and then we had Larry Borum start in the left tackle for those snaps that he was out. So that was cool. But overall, just day one, right? Very light walkthrough, no pads, no contact. Was a little bit of helmets there. I mean, not a little bit. We're wearing helmets, but some 7-on-7s happened, offense versus defense for a couple of series. The defense probably won today, but listen, this is a Chicago Bears team who has a ton of versatility. I think their defense is really, really good. Very young, but good, right? And then the offense, I think as they build chemistry with this brand new quarterback here, they're going to get better. The one thing that we really want to see here out of the Chicago Bears during training camp is balance, right? You never want to see the defense overly dominate. You never want to see the offense overly dominate, because that's kind of, a telltale sign of what's to come during the regular season, right? If your defense had won 7 out of 8 practices, right? That's going to tell you your offense is probably going to struggle, or maybe your defense is just that good, right? So definitely want to see a well-balanced approach. Want to see this offense come back tomorrow and have a better day, right? A lot of short passes from Caleb Williams. Wanted to make sure that he could, let his playmakers playmake. He did try to get it down the field into the red zone for DJ Moore. Was not completed. I think got batted in the air. But overall, not a bad day of practice here for Chicago Bears, right? Just getting into the swing of things. We'll see if they can continue to, develop and get acclimated here with the new quarterback. I think Gerald Everett is a guy that they're excited to get back. I think he's day-to-day. TJ Edwards and Braxton Jones are probably going to be limited due to, nothing crazy, just some tweaks here and there. They should be fine. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Pretty decent day for the defense. The offense will come back tomorrow, hopefully be better. We'll cover that as well. And guys, please, please, please go follow the Bears media members. Again, 3 names at the top left of your screen. Go follow them. There are so many more out there. Sean Hammond as well. Mark Grote. Again, I do not want to take credit for their footage at all. This is all of them. So again, go follow them, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications. We will be covering the Bears all year long. And lastly, if you want to watch some Bears games with me throughout the preseason, I think I'm going to be live streaming them on my Twitch, Matty Dubs with 3 S's. You can find the link in the description. With that being said, I will see you guys for tomorrow's Bears update.